Yo, what's up? Kagus here. Reviewing old garbage. This time I'm watching Maken-Ki. Technically not this time because, like this is the first episode, so it's not like there was any time before it. But whatever. In this series I rewatch old shows that I watched when I was younger. Pretty much like a teen, since I was like 13 when I started watching anime, besides Sailor Moon and Inazuma 11. So, to the begin the video, what is Maken-Ki? So basically imagine high school DxD, but kinda different. Rather than this being a secret thing, everyone in his school has a power called Maken, which is kind of confusing because the power itself, as far as I understand, is called Maken, but there are two subtypes of this power, which one is being the elements, which is the ability to control, like elements using just random normal power. And second one is Maken, which is someone you can artifact that has its own unique properties and powers. So yeah, the whole power system is Maken, and half of the power system is Maken and the other half is not Maken. Even though both of them are Maken, but only one of them is called Maken as a subtype. And the MC is going to this school called Tenbi Academy for the first time. And as far as I understand, he wants to join there because, one, he wants to get stronger, two, because he wants to see a lot of pretty girls, because he went to all-boys gymnasium for 3 years. Well, and his friend Haruko is a second year there. Her Maken is like a really powerful training sword. So he enters and he sees like two girls using magic powers to fight, and he's like shocked, like, what? Because he still for some reason doesn't know the existence of Maken. Yeah, he's kind of an idiot. Then he sees the Himegami girl overlooking the fight, and he notices her panties because of course he's an EHA. He makes a JoJo reference that Polnareff did to Kakuin, like, I can see panties and stuff like this with hand signs. And she gets pissed at him, so she just chooses him as her enemy. So at like the beginning ceremony of the school year, she challenges him to a fight, and he's only saved because of this Inaho girl stepping in and blocking the attack with her Maken, which is like this really powerful gauntlet. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Himegami's ability just to summon Shikigami, pretty much like Megumi from JJK. Back to Inaho, she says that she protects him because he's her fiancé, but he doesn't remember her because she's a girl from his childhood, so he forgot her pretty much. Okay, then he meets this guy called Usui, pretty much. Like, they hear that there will be like girls will be taken like for medical tests, so both of them decide to like use an excuse to go to the toilet, but actually they just want to jump on a tree and peep on them. And they act exactly the same, which actually is kind of interesting to me because it actually sort of makes me think that this is kind of like a self-aware parody of the genre. What does it mean? During the story, Takeru's design is kind of different from like your standard MC. He doesn't really look like your average guy. He like has glasses on. He has like a slightly rarer hairstyle than anyone. However, Usui, he is like a normal guy. He is like this completely average guy. And both of them act pretty much exactly the same. If not, Usui acts actually kind of better than Takeru in most situations, in my opinion. However, because of plot, Takeru still gets all the girls. And Usui is actually like regular smart to above average smart, while Takeru is like a complete idiot. Like, at least how I feel is like an average guy should relate way more to Usui than Takeru. And both of them are actually sharing a lot of screen time, and it's deliberately shown how Takeru gets all the girls, pretty much. I mean, like, technically a grand total of 3 girls across at least the first season of the series. While Usui gets pretty much nothing, and he's just pretty much crushing on one girl. I might be wrong, but this makes me feel like Usui is like the deliberate audience surrogate that you're supposed to relate to. Okay, so there's this like also Takaki girl introduced who's like gaggy that she's this super serious girl, but she like wears panties with animals on them. Oh yeah, also we meet the principal that is called Minori, I think. Oh yeah, also they take the health test and meet the nurse. The nurse's name is Haki. Also at this point of the story we learn that Takeru and like two other students don't have a suitable Maken for them because when they put like their hand in a machine that checks what Maken they should have, it just doesn't work. Also we learn about this Gen guy existing pretty much. Well, as far as I understand, he can create Maken. And he also created the bot, pretty much. Later, Takeru and Usui all joined the disciplinary committee. And this disciplinary committee is called Maken-Ki, you know, like the show. So yeah, from second episode on, pretty much the whole show will be centered around the disciplinary committee. We also learned that there was originally 8 Makens, and Haruko and Inaho both have one of these. And most of Makens that exist are pretty much replicas that people like Gen create. But Gen is trying to make a Maken that is stronger than one of the 8 original Makens, which were created by a god, as far as I can understand. Also, there is this Minaya girl that has a crush on Haruko. She is also part of the Maken-Ki. Then there is this Kurigasa guy fighting this girl Azuki. Well, Takeru is trying to be a white knight and step in to help her or something, but yeah, he learns that he should not step into the fights and that he should not underestimate the power of years, which, I mean, like, yeah, pretty cool message. Also, even though since I want to make another episode, I started the second season, just started, Kurigasa is still showing up till the second season, so yeah, I mean, like, they offer clearly, like, remembered the characters and is still using them, which I think is like a pretty cool thing. Also, Kurigasa's Maken is like being able to turn parts of his body steel and make them way harder and more durable, while Azuki's is basically like a shoe that has like a jet propulsion ability, as far as I understand. She just has this shoe that she can like fly and kick really strong with. Then they officially like join, and by they I mean like Inaho, Takeru and Usui officially join Maken-Ki. And when they officially join Maken-Ki, they like learn about this character called Cha-Cha, which is a part of Maken-Ki, and she has a giant shuriken. Oh yeah, also they meet this Yuka girl. That is pretty important. Oh yeah, also we learned that Himegami is insecure about her chest size. Also, since Takeru is like really bad at Maken at this point in the story, he has like this little training card that he has pretty much in the background. Even though some of it is shown, which is also pretty cool, I guess. And then Himegami wants to basically check him out because she noticed that he has this like little mark on his chest, which she recalls as being sort of mark. We're not told at this point of the story what kind of mark is this, but it's pretty important. Okay, so they pretty much go on a date. Let's say, I mean, like they go for a shopping trip and then to a restaurant. Then we learn that Azuki works at this restaurant this restaurant is a maid cafe pretty much. And we learn that Himegami has a fan club. Okay, and then this snake guy ambushes Himegami, and they're fighting for a little while. And then it so happens that she accidentally kisses Takeru during the fight, and then the mark actually appears. And he gets like way stronger pretty much. And we learn that this mark is like an ability called Blood Pointer. Oh yeah, Cha-Cha also got really strong hands, as we learned in the next episode, where she literally just like arm wrestled above dude. Like so hard he was like on the ground in pain. And we learned that she did this because this guy's club was trying to get more budget, and you know, since this is a battle-oriented school, a fighting-oriented school and strength-oriented, etc., etc., they need to prove themselves by beating one of the members in like some sort of display of strength, I think, that they agree on. At least as far as my understanding says. Then Takeru and Orochi are assigned to do some stuff to find a person that has been fighting people and causing trouble. Then both of them find this person, and that girl that has been fighting people, turns out she has been fighting people because a lot of people denied her fighting request, so she has been fighting people because of that. And she immediately immobilizes Takeru and Minaya pretty much upon learning their names, because that's the power of her Maken. Oh yeah, and then Haruko saves both of them. Later we learned that Inaho was an orphan that basically got taken in for the dojo, but she needed to work tirelessly, so well, of course she was sad because of that. She even cried once, but she actually fell in love with Takeru because he went up to a tree and started hitting himself in the head. I mean, like, he started hitting the tree with his head, to hurt himself, so she won't be the only one suffering. I mean, even though the show is kind of trash, this is still way better than what a lot of shows come up with. I mean, she's really sad that he doesn't remember. Even, like, once she just... when she, like, had Takeru say that he doesn't remember for, like, some time, then she just decided to, like, walk, and then she just saw a cat and decided, hey, let's just adopt the cat. She was having fun with the cat and stuff like this, but then Takeru came in because really feels bad for her. Like, there was actually a really good moment where Usui essentially beat the shit out of Takeru because of his behavior towards Inaho. Yeah, then Takeru came in to try to fix his mistake. Even though he doesn't remember, he did say that he will try to remember as hard as he can. Okay, so then we proceed to learn about this group called Venus that, well, is pretty much a strong military group composed of pretty much only girls and one guy, with bad girl Shiria there. So yeah. Why bad girl? Because she actually wants to get along. She just wants everybody to get along. I mean, everyone else in Venus doesn't really want to cooperate with the high school because they have a certain mission in the high school and they need to go inside the high school and just pretty much join and help the disciplinary committee for a moment, though they have ulterior motives to that. And Shiria is pretty much the only character that actually wants everybody to get along there. Because of that, they need to play volleyball to decide if they will join or will they temporarily replace Maken-Ki. So yeah, they play and it ends with a draw. Even though this is not just a normal game, like they use their powers and fight. Well, they learn that Maken-Ki are actually pretty strong, and Takeru shields, on accident actually, shields Shiria with his own body from like falling rocks. So, at least in the first season, she will be the last actually love interest for Takeru. Because most girls aren't really love interest for Takeru, they're like supporting characters, mostly used for comedy, pretty much. While only Haruko, Inaho, and Shiria are pretty much love interests. Oh yeah, also there's this one girl that I keep forgetting about. The power is like a tablet to give properties to things, kind of like Eikosak too. Anyway, so Venus temporarily joins the school, and Shiria is interested in Takeru. Anyways, then girls from Venus try to set Shiria up on a date with Takeru. And the joke is that it's called like Plan S&M, and it's supposed to be sadomaso or something like this. And like, I mean, like they assume, but it's actually singing music because he's like a pop idol, she's a singer. So yeah, that's a joke. Then guys in the school in episode 8 are trying to make a petition to make the swimming lessons mixed because they're gender divided. So they start a giant tournament that they barely manage to win. But the thing is that even after they win the tournament in the water, the girls use one guy's Maken to make themselves invisible during the swimming lessons. So guys cannot stare at them in swimsuits. That's the joke. Even though, yeah, I think it's probably the best joke in the entire series, I think. We're also introduced to this Otohime girl that has the ability called Dollhouse that as long as someone gets near her, she can control them, like using a doll that she has in her hand. Also, Takeru is resistant to her ability. Also, we're introduced to this Minerva girl that really likes boobs. Yeah, she's a lesbian. Also, Takeru needs to give his best because he basically pretty much doesn't qualify to be a part of Maken-Ki because of how weak his element is. So, you know, he needs to train in one day enough to actually pass the test. Also, the Minerva girl helps him, but the one who helps him the most is probably Usui. Also, Minerva reveals to Himegami that the ulterior motive was evaluating the strength of the students. Anyways, he gets his Maken pretty much, which is like a, as far as I understand, is like a Maken that disrupts other Makens, and he has it inside of his left hand. And this Maken, yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Later also there will be a school trip, but because of budget stuff, they cannot get it all for free, so they need to make enough money to partially pay for themselves. So they go to the maid cafe, and Azuki also works, usually, normally, at that maid cafe. Otohime uses a suit to control the maid cafe's owner, and just to fight Takeru, and also Azuki, and also Haruko. Then Haru gets captured by Otohime, using her puppet powers. So Takeru will have to fight for her with another girl. So when Takeru fights, actually Venus pulls up to save her. And well, Takeru, because of this fight, gets pretty much possessed. Goes like really berserk, and then Haruko needs to save him using her Maken. So yeah, it ends up with Haruko saving him. Honestly, it's better than I imagined. It is fun at times. Like, even though it has the edgy humor that I do not enjoy a lot, it can be really entertaining at sometimes. Like, it's definitely better than average edgy of that type. Anyways, I'll probably make a part 2 of this. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe.